Alright fellas, this weekend we had the return of one of boxing's biggest pay-per-view stars in Gervonta Tank Davis, on a major card that also includes David Benavidez. On this card, Tank Davis is facing off against fellow undefeated American Frank Martin. Now the biggest question I keep seeing people ask ahead of this fight is just how good actually is Frank Martin. So today we're going to answer that question to try to figure out what sort of fight he'll bring to Tank, and we'll have a look at both of their styles to try to figure out really what to expect from both in this massive clash. So let's get right into it. Now Frank Martin is a 29-year-old US boxer that's nicknamed The Ghost, with a record of 18-0, and he's also a 7-time amateur national champion. Born and raised in Indiana, Martin made his professional debut in October of 2017 with a huge first round knockout. Since then he's been steadily climbing the ranks, known for his speed and power and his southpaw stance, while also his aggressive fighting style that's made him a formidable opponent in the ring. With that record of 18-0, Martin has slowly been steadily increasing the quality of his opponents. So let's go over some of his biggest bouts which helped build his reputation and thrust him into the limelight. I would say his first notable bout on his resume came against, at the time, 13-0 Jerry Perez in 2021. This was the first time Martin had ever really got major exposure on national television, as this was his first time fighting on a PBC undercard. Martin controlled the fight with his superior skills, and he landed clean and powerful punches which eventually wore down Perez, with the fight being stopped in the 7th after a number of unanswered blows from Martin. This really thrusted him onto the scene, and I would say his next biggest fight would come against Romero Duno in January of 2022. Romero was a seasoned Filipino boxer with a record of 24-2, known for his punching power. Martin in this fight showcased his power and finishing ability. He was patient and calculated, and waited for the right moment to strike, eventually knocking out Duno cold with a devastating knockout in the 4th round. He would then next fight ex-Rolly Romero and Richard Comey opponent Jackson Marinez. The fight went the distance, and Martin displayed his solid technical skills and boxing IQ. For the most part, he controlled the pace, effectively using his jab and movement to keep Marinez at bay. The judges scored in the favour of Martin, reflecting his dominance throughout the bout and showing that he could maintain his composure over these longer fights and against higher level competition. His next, I would say, would be his biggest fight to date, and this would come against Michael Rivera, also known as the bloke who cosplays as Muhammad Ali when he's fighting. But aside from that, he's a really strong prospect. This was a rare occasion where two young prospects actually came against each other in their primes. Coming into this fight, Rivera was a highly regarded prospect with that record of 24-0. This fight was a standout performance. Martin outboxed Rivera with his speed and precision. He landed countless clean shots and evaded Rivera's counters. Rivera the whole fight struggled to find his rhythm, resulting in Martin taking home a huge unanimous decision victory. His most recent bout came against Artem Harutyunyan, who is a decent 12-0 German boxer who was making his US debut against Martin. Artem did give Martin a bit of a tough fight, with Martin taking home the unanimous decision in the end. It was scored 114-113 by one judge and 115-112 by the other two, with this performance enabling Artem now an opportunity early next month against Shakur Stevenson. Now let's look at his style. The southpaw is known for his technical skill. He has a pretty good boxing IQ and approaches most fights with a very disciplined and methodical approach, with good use of the jab to control distance and set up his lethal combinations. He has really good speed and he throws quick and accurate punches. Tied with this, his precision allows him to score effectively and wear opponents down. He also has pretty good defense, often using his good head movement as well as really solid footwork. He prefers to stay on the outside and counterpunch, making it really difficult for opponents to land clean shots. Yet he does have some vulnerabilities. He struggles to cut off the ring quite a bit. As well as this, he shows a vulnerability to body shots. In the fight with Artem, a lot of body shots were landing on him, and it did make him cover up after he ate them, with the lowering of the guard most likely being key to Tank's strategy. While very talented, Martin is also pretty inexperienced at this level and may struggle with the occasion. To compare him to Tank Davis, they are both incredibly athletic fighters. Martin will have the height and reach advantage over Tank, but Davis's power of course is his standout attribute. He's a really solid knockout artist, while Martin of course relies more on precision and technical skill to outbox his opponents. They both have really solid defensive skills, but Martin's defense is more about avoiding engagement through movement, whereas Davis uses his reflexes and high guard effectively. Additionally, both fighters have shown the ability to adapt during fights, but their style of adaptation differs. Martin makes adjustments to maintain his technical edge, while Tank more shifts gears to exploit openings for his power shots. Frank Martin's path to victory lies in outboxing Davis with technical skill, defensive discipline, and strategic movement, while Tank Davis's path to victory involves utilizing his knockout power and applying relentless pressure and capitalizing on any defensive lapses or slow starts by Martin. Now, who do I think is going to win? Well, I think this is going to be one of Tank's hardest fights. I think Martin will put up a harder challenge than any of his last 3 opponents, yet I don't think he's ready for the stage yet. As long as Tank is able to capitalize on the lapses that Martin makes, he'll be able to stop him. Yet I think for Martin, even if he loses, it's really a win-win. He's headlining a major event which will raise his profile significantly, and he will make more money than he has in his entire career. Yet, now I want to hear what you think. Your thoughts on Tank, Frank Martin, and the fight in general down below. And just quickly, if you've never heard of me before, my name is Cloister, and I make boxing content to help keep you updated and informed. If you would consider subscribing or liking, that would be massively appreciated. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.